Hi everyone, my name's Pieta Valentine. I've written 2 books, The Resident's Voice from a Dementia Unit and The Resident's Rise from a Dementia Unit. Today's video is on how being positive helps residents in dementia facilities. So dementia residents actually realise and acknowledge that positivity is very important, because with so many levels of dementia stress going on, they know that unless they're positive and can divert and direct their thinking into another positive, focused, concentrated thinking channel, there's no chance of them having any quality of life, even, you know, in terms of their thinking quality of life, in terms of their inner quality of life, their outer quality of life. If they're only just stuck in the dementia stress, there'll be no chance of change. But if they can divert, if they can direct, if they can be positive, then there is a chance of them having inner quality of thinking and an outer, quality of life, a better quality of life. So with the dementia facility I worked in terms of this being positive, there was one woman there who used to say, repeat mantra-like, that her grandmother, my grandmother, said that when you get old, you should always be positive and you mustn't be grumpy when you get older. And she used to repeat this sort of ongoing mantra all day, with the other residents. Now, actually, it had a really positive effect, because rather than people saying, oh, we're fed up with that, rather they took note and started to make an effort. As we had the workshops, a lot of the workshops were on being positive. What does being positive mean? How can you improve positivity? How can you think positively? What's positive speech all about? Positive actions all about? We just have a whole workshop on everything to do with positivity. And of course, you start feeling better when you start thinking about positivity, because it's so good for you. The spirits start lifting. And a lot of the residents used to say, I better make an effort. I'm really, that was actually one of the main comments that they used to make in the workshops when we did these thinking workshops, as they called them. They often used to say, I'm trying hard, I'm trying really hard. Now this is key and the clue, because they absolutely did have to try really hard, because there they are, they're combating all those levels and layers, aren't they? The anger, the depression, the anxiety, the dementia spin, the dementia blank, the stigma, the memory problems, on it goes. So they're having to, remove themselves from that, divert, direct, concentrate and focus. And if they can do that with positive thinking, they say that it helps them a lot. Now, so it's motivating. Now, in terms of this positive effort, be positive, and we don't want negativity here. If any other residents started, grumbling away, the core group would just say, be quiet, we only want positive here. They were making such an effort to be positive. They didn't want anyone else, fracturing the atmosphere, splitting things up, so to speak. So, yeah, you could really see them making the effort with this positivity, this focus, their concentration, their comments in the workshops. In the workshops, I'd write up, be positive, like be at the top of the whiteboard, that's the top one. And then I'd write the date, the name, and any comments that people came up with in the group. Now, the whiteboard, or just a, sheet like this, if you're doing a little workshop with Granny at home, the whiteboard is essential, because people won't be able to, because present memory is gone for most, dementia residents won't be able to remember the comments that others have said, but they will be able to read the whiteboard. If they're given the training and resources for that, if they're, guided with that, in an elementary way, they can read be positive. And so they can keep concentrating and focusing on that. Whereas if you just say be positive, a minute later they'll have forgotten it. And so they can't hold it or retain it in their thinking. So at home, or, in the bedroom where the person is living, just, be positive on a big white piece of paper, or typed out, or a nice colourful background, however you like to do it, on a little whiteboard in the room, write up a slogan, choose a slogan, find a slogan. It doesn't have to be positive exactly. It doesn't have to be those words, but something that is positive, that will motivate, the person to, think and speak and act in a positive way. So I know when we had the earthquakes here in Christchurch, that was a big deal. The favourite slogans all around the town, on all the brick walls everywhere was think strong, be strong, kia kaha, which is in Maori, that means think strong, be strong. And so it was either think strong, be strong, or keep calm and carry on. And that those slogans, those two strong, positive, powerful slogans really helped the resilience of the Cantabrians. It really did. There was tremendous community spirit. And the residents at the dementia facility where I worked remembered that. And so they could draw on that, work on that, and focus the same effort that they made in the earthquakes, they are now making in the dementia facility. So it's really just getting quotes that resonate with the person. It may be, a quote from your national anthem, a quote from a famous author, a quote from Shakespeare. It doesn't matter who the author is, but the main thing is that the quote itself is short, sweet, simple, put somewhere where it's able to be seen, easily by the person, and that they are inspired to put in the will and the effort to think about it, speak about it, act it through in a positive way, That's a big thing. And have variety too, not the same thing all the time. I mean, I know another quote that the residents really liked, which I was really surprised with because it's quite a complicated one, a Shakespeare from Hamlet. Of course, they liked the one, to thine own self be true. That was a big deal. But the more complex one, nothing is good or bad, but thinking makes it so. Yes. So when I saw them focusing on concentrating, when I was reading out that quote and our discussion on that, which I've written a bit about actually in the book, The Resident's Voice, that was when I realised how much they valued the thinking and the positive thinking and putting their willpower into that to turn around their thinking so they can get away from all that dementia stress and dementia spin and get into that nice, deeper thinking, clear thinking, clarity of thinking with the focus and the concentration through the path of the intellect. And that way, they can experience peace of mind, presence of mind. They can feel, calm and focused. And it's just such a relief for them. And it's so lovely for them to be able to experience that, because otherwise, they're caught up in all that dementia stress, which is so demanding and so difficult. So these are ways that you can motivate your, family member with positivity by getting a quote that they like, and get one that you like as well, that you're motivated with as well, that you're happy to discuss with them, So it's motivating for both parties. Have it up around so they can see it. Every now and again, change it. And you'll find it's actually quite an effective little motivational tool for these people. So thank you so much for your looks, likes, and everything else. And I really appreciate it. And just to let you know that all these YouTube videos are on my website. You can buy the book on the website under the description. And if you want to know anything about my background, if you're interested in that, that's on the website as well, www.pietavalentine.com. Pretty much, most things are there. So thank you for your support, and we'll be doing future videos soon. Thank you.